everyone, my name is Molly, and today I am here with what I hope is a helpful video, and that is how to survive BookCon. I know a lot of people go to BookCon for the first time and they're like, I need advice, I don't know what to do, and I'm a little late to the bandwagon because a lot of people already have their BookCon advice up, but I figured, you probably don't start planning for BookCon until right about now when all the signings have been released and everything like that, so I might as well try and help as many of you as I can. I'm gonna separate this video into certain sections and just talk about what I think is best in these certain situations. You don't have to take my advice. Maybe you don't agree with me on certain things, and that's fine. You can do whatever you think will let you have the best time at BookCon. But this is what I recommend for people who just are like, I have no idea what to do, someone tell me how to work this. There are many aspects of BookCon, and for those of you who don't know, BookCon is a convention that is held at the Javits Center in New York City. This year it's on June 3rd and 4th. I don't think tickets are sold out yet, but the mailing deadline has passed, so if you want to get tickets, you still can, but you'll have to go to will call. I will be attending both days, and this is my second year at BookCon. So the first section I'm going to talk about is before. You want to schedule, you want to plan, all that fun stuff that we love to do, which stresses me out if I don't have a plan. So, the first year that I went to BookCon, I had a schedule. I had a very tight schedule. Like, I had a signing happens this time, and then by the time that signing ends, there's a signing at this time, and I didn't know how it worked. I didn't have any friends that had gone to BookCon, so I was just kind of like, alright, let's do this. So I went. My schedule did not work out. You can't plan it down to the minute. You can't plan signings on top of the same signings on top of the same signings and hope to get to all of them. I know a lot of people that are like, I want to meet like 20 authors, and you can't do that. As much as you would love to, it's just not possible. They've changed the autographing area, which I'm really happy about. I know some people are upset because there's a limit of 2 per ticket, which is kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it's really exciting because I feel like it's going to be more organized. When I went, you had to wait in lines for like 3 hours prior to a signing to even have a chance to get into that signing, and so I think it's a good, fair way for everybody to see who they want to. As for scheduling and planning, I think you should go through all the signings, all the panels, everything, and you should just put everything you want to do on a list. Just everything. And then once you figure that out, you should put it in time order, make sure everything's right and organized. Then you should go through and you should pick your top 3 events for each day, whether you're going just one day or both days. You shouldn't delete anything because you could be standing there and not have anything to do and be like, hey, look, this person's signing at a booth, let's go check it out, and maybe you'll get online. So you don't want to get rid of anything on your schedule, but you have to go in with the expectation that you will not make everything that you want. You will not make everything on your schedule because there's just so much going on. And that's okay. You still meet who you really want to. Just go through, make sure you're organized, but know you're probably not going to stick to that schedule, and don't be freaked out if that schedule gets messed up. I also think you should meet authors that you don't necessarily think you're going to see. Like this year, I'm going to see Rainbow Rowell because she never goes on tour and she never comes around me. She never comes where I live. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to meet her. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is panels. I have never been to a BookCon panel, so I don't know how they run, but I go to panels at other conventions, and I believe they run similarly to New York Comic Con panels. I do not recommend going to panels when you're at BookCon. I don't think it's worth it because you're basically just gonna sit there and you're gonna miss out on a bunch of stuff, and you're just gonna see them talking. If you want to meet these people, I think you should go to a signing where you can interact personally with them, as opposed to going and just sitting in a room and watching them talk. Also, panels are long. You have to get in line and you have to wait for a while, and then you have to go and sit in that room for like an hour, and that eats up valuable time. The day goes by really fast. So I think if there's someone you are dying to meet, panels are not the way to go. Go for autograph signings as much as you can, and if you're kind of like about a panel, don't go. You're gonna find so much stuff on the show floor that you won't be bored. The BookTube panel is okay because it's later in the day and nothing's really going on the show floor. And it's the BookTubers, they're pretty entertaining. They don't have signings, so it's different. So for BookTubers, you'd probably be fine, but for authors themselves, I recommend just going to their signings. That brings me to my third thing, the show floor. So when I went to BookCon in 2015, I spent my time, I call it the dungeon, it's the basement, it's where the autographing area was. I don't know if it's going to be there this year, it probably will be, but it's basically just a concrete block. Like, it's just a concrete room. You sit in there, it's dark, there's nothing going on, you're just waiting for autographs. That's where I spent all my time. It's not worth it. You need to be on the show floor. That's where the arcs are going to be. That's where the in-booth signings are going to be. That's where the people that you want to meet are going to be. Like, you know, friends that you want to meet or that you haven't met yet. You're not going to experience that downstairs. I mean, you will, a little bit, but not as much as you would if you were upstairs roaming the show floor. There's cover reveals, there's arc drops, there's poster drops, there's just all kinds of things. If you're confused what a drop is, it's basically the time that that thing becomes available. So, you know, if they were giving away an arc of, let's say, Stephanie Perkins' new book, it's going to drop at 12 o'clock. So you have to be at that specific booth around 12 o'clock to get that arc. Like, it's not gonna be there at 5 o'clock at night. Like, it's gonna be gone within a few minutes of it dropping. So if there's something you really want to see, go to the drop. The show floor is just an amazing spot. You're gonna get so many more books. You're gonna meet so many more people. Alright, so now I'm gonna talk about social media. It's really important to be on Twitter, I think, is the most helpful. Follow all the publishing houses because they are going to be giving out secret things that you need in order to get stuff. That's where their arc drop times are going to be. That's where their in-booth signings are going to be. That's where every speck of information you might need is going to be. Instagram isn't really helpful. The BookCon app is kind of helpful because people will be like, hey, I found this here, and people will be like, oh, cool, and then they'll go there and get their own stuff. So, I mean, that's pretty useful. So if you don't have that, it's a great community of people. You should download the app, but Twitter's gonna be your best friend. Last year I went, I had the Twitter open, it says come up to our booth and give us this password and we'll give you something special. You go up, you say the password. My friend got a t-shirt for saying the password, she got an Ember in the Ashes t-shirt, like, you know, all this stuff. Another thing I want to talk about that I kind of talked about before is people. The friendships that you make at BookCon will be long-lasting. I met my one friend at BookCon in 2015. We met at the train station and we're still friends. We still go to so many book events together. There's so many other people that I've met through BookCon that I'm going to be meeting this year, which is really exciting. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Everyone here is awkward. Like, we're all book nerds. That kind of comes with the job description. And it's okay. It's okay to be scared to talk to people, but it's gonna be okay. Like, you're gonna make friends. Whether it be just standing in line, bumping into people, waiting for the same signings, waiting for the same arcs, you can just run into people and be like, hey, I like that book. Like, last year, I was standing in a signing line down in the dungeon, right? And this girl comes up behind me. And we start talking, you know, for no reason at all, and she pulled out an arc of Illuminae, and I was like, where did you get that? I need it, because it was the hardcover arc, it was gorgeous, I was like, I need that arc, and she goes, oh, I have two, you want one? And she gives me an arc of Illuminae. Like, I would have not gotten that book without that girl. People are just amazing at BookCon. They're so nice. There's nobody mean. And don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to ask them things. Also, on Instagram, I have a group chat going for people that are going to BookCon for the first time or for people that don't know anybody that's going. And, you know, it's just such a great group of girls. And if you're interested, you can join. Like, just let me know. It's gonna be great. We're gonna meet up and we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's good to make friends through BookCon because they'll last a long time. And they really are just amazing people. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about what you should bring to the convention. I recommend a heavy-duty backpack because you're going to be carrying a lot of books. So you should bring a backpack with a few tote bags stuffed inside because you don't know how many books you're going to get. You want to be prepared. Don't bring too many because most publishers will give you free bags. You get a lot of tote bags at BookCon. Folders are important for carrying around your schedule and everything without it being smushed if you print out stuff. And this year you're going to need it for your autographing tickets. You could probably use your phone too, but me being me, I like to have stuff, you know, printed out just in case. And also, make sure you have your lanyards because, I mean, they give out lanyards there, but You want a nice lanyard like my Lady Midnight one, and your ticket so you can wear it around and be like, yes, I'm at BookCon. Money-wise, I brought $200 the year I went, and it was enough. I probably could have gotten away with a little bit less. So I think 200 should be your cap unless you really want to go overboard, but you're going to get a lot of free books as well. So don't go too crazy on bringing a lot of money. Food-wise, bring a few snacks. You're not really going to want to leave the Javits Center because 10 to 1 is like the height of ARC drops, so you really don't want to go out for food and miss all that stuff. So bring like pretzels or goldfish or crackers or something to snack on while you're waiting in line or while you're just walking around. Also, make sure you bring water. Bring books from home. That's another big thing that people wonder about. I do not know the limit for books this year. In booth signings, I don't think you can bring books. Don't go crazy on bringing a lot of books, because that's what I did the first year. I had a lot of books with me, and it just wasn't worth it. You know, I only ended up getting like one of them signed, so it was not worth carrying around all those books. But at the same time, if you're meeting a favorite author and you have like that one book that you just have to bring to get signed, bring it. Like, don't be scared. You're gonna have to bring some from home, but don't go overboard. One of my best friends at convention are these little things. This is my charge station. I absolutely love this thing. It is a portable charger. You use your phone and your phone dies, and so you need this to help you. And I mean, not necessarily this one. This is a great one though, so if you're looking for a good one, this is good. But any portable charger, it's important because your phone is going to run low on battery, and if you're like me who gets freaked out when it drops below like 80%, your phone's gonna be almost dead by the end of the day. So these are important to bring, and I think that's about it. I mean, you don't need much. You're gonna get a lot of stuff while you're there. Now I'm gonna talk about what time you should get there in the morning. The show floor opens at 10, so you're allowed to go and get ARCs and everything at 10 o'clock. That's when it opens. They usually let you inside a little bit earlier, around like 9, and you go and you sit in the dungeon and you just wait until the show floor opens. I will be there around 8 o'clock-ish. This convention isn't really too big on like you have to get there at this time, unless you want to get to a main stage panel. Like if that's really important to you and that's what you really want to do, you should get there as early as you can. But for people that are just waiting to go around on the show floor, which is what I'm going to be doing this year, you can just chill. That's just me. I get anxious when I'm not at conventions really early, so, you know. So, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope I didn't miss anything. If there's anything you're specifically wondering, or if I didn't say it clearly enough in this, let me know down below, or DM me on Instagram, Twitter, anything. I will leave all my social media down below. I hope you guys have an amazing time at BookCon if you end up going. If you ever see me at a convention, please come say hi, and I would love to meet you guys. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you, and again, let me know down below if I missed anything, if you have anything specific you want to ask me, and also if you want advice on other conventions. I mean, I've gone to a lot. I'm going to a lot more this year, so just let me know down below and I will do my best to answer your questions. That is all for this video, guys. I try to upload a video every week. If you like my videos, then subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!